Okay, so what kind of situation do we have at the moment from a monthly perspective on GBP USD? Now, on the monthly, we have clearly a market that is at a very strong support area. This level was support here, preceding all this huge move to the upside. The market then again retested this level here and got rejected to the upside. And now again, the market melted below the area, got rejected. Buyers managed to protect the close above this structure, and now the market has retested the level again. So we have to know that from a monthly perspective, we have strong support. We go down on the weekly, and what kind of situation we have on the weekly. Now, on the weekly time frame, we know that the market has support here, which is again support at this area. Now, if you look at the structure, the market created this impulse, created this retracement, and the market could create another move to the downside. It is a little bit lower just to go and really test this demand area before starting the move to the upside, which would be great. Why would it be great? Because from a daily perspective, it would give us the possibility to be looking for one last short to the downside, creation of this information, and then be looking for a beautiful long position from lower. Now, we already tried with students to bring the market lower for the completion of this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the downside. Why? Because from a daily perspective, we have the impulse, we have the correction, we also have previous support at this level. It was support here, it's again support here, it's strong resistance at this level, and the market can continue to the downside, creating, as we said, that information and completing this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the downside. Now, from a 4-hour perspective, unfortunately, our first entry on GBP USD ended up being a break-even trade. The market made a move to the downside. We entered here. Obviously, when the market melted to the downside, we went risk-free on the trade. When the market went back up, we exited the position, obviously, at break-even. Now, we will continue to monitor for a possible shorting opportunity on GBP USD, exactly as I will now explain to you. Now, first of all, what kind of situation do we have on GBP USD from a COT perspective? So commitment of traders, what hedge funds are doing at the moment in the market. Let's go and see what kind of situation we have on the pound. Now, on the pound, we can see that with the last report, hedge funds have already started to loading up their long positions. However, they're still adding shorts. That is why I still want to see the last drop to the downside before the real push up can actually start. Now, if we go back to our GBP USD chart, and what we can also see, by the way, on GBP USD is that net positions greatly decreased during the move to the downside. So we have to see some proper accumulation before the move to the upside on GBP USD can actually start. And that is why it would be great to see GBP USD make this last move to the downside. Now, obviously, at the moment, from a 4-hour perspective, everything is bullish, so we can't be looking for the short yet. But things might be changing in the future, and at that point, we can be looking for possible shorting opportunities. Now, everything at the moment still indicates for a last wave to the upside before continuation higher. So, until the market will remain below this previous support, now turn resistance at this area, with students, we will be monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective, waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And if the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, then we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities for a nice move to the downside, completion of this M formation, deep test of the monthly and weekly demand. And at that point, we will again be monitoring price action inside of this area, waiting for the market to shift from a 4-hour perspective, from a bearish market to a bullish market, and we will be waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice long position with a huge risk to reward to the upside for a very nice rejection of that monthly and weekly demand. Now, keep in mind that this scenario will obviously completely change if we get a daily break back above this resistance. That will be then turn support if the market breaks above it. And at the moment, since from a 4-hour perspective, we are not seeing any weakness, this definitely might happen. But as usual, we can't be predictive in the market. We have to be reactive. So if the market will show us one of our valid entries and show weakness and then one of our valid entries, then we will be taking this nice short with students. On the other side, if the market will just continue to the upside, then we will have to stay on the sidelines. And after this W formation, we will first be looking for a short opportunity and then for a long opportunity. But anyway, I will keep you updated if the market does manage to break above this structure, and I will show you how we will be approaching it with students. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you, and I will see you in the next video.